Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader, and this is the Sunday live analysis for Tesla and Palantir. We are going to take a look at the daily chart, weekly chart, and monthly chart because it gives us a little bit more context. And this will also help us try to understand what is going to happen next week. So once a month I'm going to do these live to the public. So right now this is open to the public, so everybody that wants to join, you can join. Okay, let me just make sure that things are okay on my end. Yeah, bingo. I don't think it's more complicated than that. Hello Dante. So let me just create a post to warn people that I'm going live. You have been warned. Okay, let's start right away, and you can ask any questions and make any comments here in the comments at the same time, so you are welcome to do that. So okay, so Tesla. So Tesla, this is what we had last Friday. So this is the chart. This is the daily chart. It seems like so far away. So last Friday seems so far away. So I feel like it's been 6 months since I've done a video. But it's just me. So what we have here. So this is Tesla in a nutshell. This is Tesla in a nutshell. The stock is going up. The stock is going up, but sometimes, you know, it gets overexcited. It gets overexcited, and this overexcitement produces, you know, little peaks like this, while the base support, and I won't draw it here, but the base support is right here. The base support is going quite slowly, but it's going constantly. So sometimes when we are overexcited, we are so far from the basal support, and then we tend to come back, and then we are in that support, and then we get overexcited, and then we come back. So this is where we are at right now. So we are back to the support, and we almost broke it. I think we broke it. We even broke that double support during the day here, you know. So this is a double support. We broke it. We broke it here during the day. Went as low at 793.53 approximately. This is where I put my support. But then we're pushed back up. So this, when you see a longer wick here at the bottom, and you see the body of the candle here towards the top, and just a small wick at the top, it means that the stock went down, but then the buyers won and brought the stock back up. Let me just adjust something here. Sorry. This is what I want to... Okay, good. So, yeah. So we are still in this downward resistance. So the stock is trending downward since January 4th. So we are still down. We are still overall trending downward, but sometimes, you know, the stock is going down and then making some move up. So these move up, you can trade these move up, which are against this trend here, but part of the overall uptrend. So you decide what you want to do. I'm just here to tell you where things are at, and then you decide what you want to do within those trend lines. So we were in this steeper downward channel. We were in this steeper downward channel since, I will say, January 3rd. So here it was November 4th, sorry. So this was November 4th, this is January 3rd, let's say. So we have been into this downward channel like this. And it took a while. We went down to the support, went back to the resistance, went down a little bit, tried the resistance again, went down to the support, tried the resistance, went down to the support, tried the resistance, tried, and succeeded. So last Friday we succeeded. So we have a breakout of this little downward trend. We still have yet to break this bigger downward trend. So let's not go crazy here. And then the stock is, and yeah, it just goes to show that there are several patterns that are happening at the same time. So basically, technical analysis tries to analyze the patterns that are in play, and there are different patterns, just like a wave in the ocean. You have the tide, which is a type of wave. And tides are a big wave, and then you have the big waves, the middle waves, the small waves, and they are all one on top of the other. And basically, doing technical analysis and spotting the trends is a bit like a surfer that is waiting to catch a wave to surf. So he's looking at what is happening there, blah 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 blah, and he catches the wave. So this is what we try to do. Okay, so downward resistance, a big downward resistance, a smaller one. So we came out of this smaller one. Whoops. And so we are basically in a congestion zone right now. So in my numbers, this is the only thing I don't really like with TradingView. The numbers move all the time. So look at these numbers here. So we have 899 and 879. So the thicker one here is 879. So this is the 879 support. So we broke it 2 days only, and then we came back into it. So 879 is quite strong as a support line. So we have been above 879 all week last week. All week last week we closed above it. So this is pretty strong. And but we are also under 940.13. So 940.13 is a resistance. So we are stuck between these two lines here. Well, let me just do this one here. So we are into these two lines. And well, we are going to stay into these two lines until we come out of these two lines. So yeah, as simple as that. As simple as that. So so we can stay there for a little while, and but it's also possible. So I don't know if you want to trade during the day small moves. So if you want to trade during the day smaller moves, then there's a possibility that we go above 940. And then if we go above 940, so that would be a buy signal. So you can buy some stocks, you can buy a call, an option, a call. But if you do so, you need to be careful because you can get stopped by this one here. So this is just being careful. If we start closing below 879, then I would wait until we cross the upward support right here that I've been talking about, the big support right here. I would wait until we cross this to start shorting, because if we break 879, it's possible that we are just going to bounce on the support and come back again. So you need to keep that in mind. So I would wait to short until we go below the double line support. And in terms of indicators, so we like to look at Stochastic, and we like to have Stochastic over 60. Right now it's at it's at 40. Stochastic is at 40, and I'm using a different Stochastic than what everybody is using. I'm using, let me show you what I'm using. This is all free. Free. Whoops. This is all free, and this is what it looks like. K21 D3 Smooth 1. Anybody says bingo? Yeah, so 21, I use a 21 day, basically a 21 day Stochastic, because I find that the regular 14 day is a little bit too tight for my taste, and it gives a little bit more false channels, false buy and sell signals. So what I prefer when I want to go long, whether I am on the daily chart or on the hourly chart or whatever, I like to have Stochastic over 60. This is why I have my green background here from 60 and up. So stochastic above 60 to me means that the move is a right move, is a good move. Because if you only look at the candles, you can say, oh yeah, well, this is a nice green candle, I'm gonna go in. Yeah, well, stochastic was not very strong, so this move was an exception. It was not a new trend, it was an exception. So this is what can prevent you from buying into a false move, basically. And so stochastic above 60 is something that I use. So if the stock breaks 940 here and stochastic is over 60, there's a greater chance that the move is going to last. If stochastic is not over 60, the stock can still move a little bit. So you can still make money, but it won't be, the move will not be as strong. Also, it's always important to understand that trend lines are more important than an indicator. So we can have, so if the stock breaks 940 here and starts to move up, and stochastic is at 70, let's say, over 60, the stock can still get stopped by a resistance. So we need to keep that in mind. So this is why the bigger move for Tesla is going to happen once we break this resistance. So once we break this resistance, I don't know when it's going to happen, but when we do, then with the stochastic over 60, the stock won't have much to stop it. So most likely it should go back to 1200, which is a major resistance. So this is how I see things. This is how I see things. I'm a human, and you know, I don't know if it's going to happen, but most likely it's going to happen. Let me look at the comments a little bit before going to the weekly chart and the monthly chart. Hammer the hammer. What is your Tesla 2022? Well, I'm sorry to say this, you will be disappointed, but I don't do price targets because I don't know. But what I do is that when I see a change in trend, I hop in and I just write it. So this is what I did right here. You remember this time here? So right here, well, I think I bought a little bit lower, but we started seeing here a change in trend because we started breaking the top, the all-time high. So we broke the all-time high. So this was a change in trend because the trend was Tesla is below this resistance. So this was a break-in trend. That's it. It was a break-in trend. Stochastic was way above 60. I got in. Did I know it was going to go to 1200 from 900 to 1200? So that's 33% in 2 weeks. Nobody knew. Nobody knew this, and I didn't care. When you see a train go by, you can hop on the train and then you write it out. So what did I do? Well, I wrote it out until I saw some exhaustion here. So I saw the stock start to weaken right here. So this is when I sold. Well, in fact, I sold right here. I sold right when the stock broke this support right here at this point. So the stock was stopped at 1210, broke 1210, stayed over 1210 for 2 days, and then it opened. I don't remember if it was a Monday. I think it was a Monday. The stock dropped under that support. So this support was a trend. So the trend was we are above this and we broke there. So what did I do? I did not know that the stock would be going down, but I saw this. I saw, well, okay, this is a break of support. So why should I keep a stock that broke a support? So I sold at that point and bought a put. And I was lucky, you know, I'm not always this lucky, but I was lucky. So I made money on this downside here, blah, 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 blah. So, there's a difference in mentality if you do technical analysis, trend following technical analysis. You don't care about the target because the targets are just a numerical calculation, and the price of a stock is dependent on so many things, the psychology of the people, what is on the news, and there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt on the news. So anyway, this is what I do. So yes, I'm from Quebec. Yes. What indicator do you use to determine the stock got exhausted? Well, it broke support. So one way to do it is that it broke support right here. The other way is that you can play it on the 1 hour chart. So if you play on the 1 hour chart, you see that the stock was right here. And look at what happened to Stochastic. Stochastic started to go down here, started to go down here. And when we opened right here, I think it was a Monday. When we opened right here on a Monday, Stochastic was under 60. When I see Stochastic under 60, I know that the stock has no more power and that it's going to go down. So what did happen? It maintained itself, but Stochastic was going lower and lower and lower and lower. So this was kind of artificially inflated, and what happened? Boom, it just dropped. So Stochastic over 60 is just a great tool. And here you see it come down. Oh no, sorry, let me tell you this. So the stock went down, and then it started to go back up. So then you could have decided, oh, this is going to go up. Oh yeah, it's reversing. It's going to it is going back to 1200. You could have said that, but look at Stochastic here. Stochastic was climbing a little bit, 25, blah 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 blah. So when you see a move and Stochastic is not over 60, it won't work. So then it continued back down until it started again, and this time Stochastic was super steep. So at this point you could have decided to buy back again, at 10.54, because Stochastic was over 60. And what did happen? It went back to a certain place that we did not know yet. We had an indication that this was a resistance right here, because if you look at the slope, if you look at the slope of this part here, this was a slope down. So continuing this slope down told us that this is a resistance, and there are chances that the stock will get stopped there. And indeed it did. So anyway, this is how I play things. So you can play on the 1 hour chart. So you can get a lot more precision working on the 1 hour chart than working on the daily chart, because the daily chart is really slow, and things can move a lot in one day for a Tesla. So if you want to catch most of the moves in Tesla, I prefer the 1 hour chart. Okay, so let me yeah, thank you Dante. You're so nice. So yeah, and on Sunday I ramble a lot, so you can leave at any time. I won't get offended. And if you are in the recording, then you can skip ahead. So okay, let's go see the weekly chart. So on Sunday I kind of do a recap of what happened during the last week, and I look at the weekly and the monthly chart to get an idea. So this is the weekly chart of Tesla, just to get a sense. So okay, so on the weekly chart, Tesla bounced on 879. So this is a good news. So this is the news that we wanted. But on the weekly chart, Tesla still has not crossed this downward channel. So so we still need to be careful, because weekly wise with the no, sorry, I made a mistake here. Let me just readjust my things here. So this is okay. Yeah, no, I was right. So here, so on the weekly chart, we are still in the downward channel. So maybe what's happening on the daily is just a little bit of a fluke, because on the weekly, which is a broader, a longer perspective, we are still in the downtrend. So be mindful of that. So this is just adding an element of risk. So if you invest on the daily chart, know that the weekly chart is telling you that no, longer term, weekly wise, the stock is not ready to turn. It can turn a little bit on the daily, but to have a great move on the daily, we need to have the weekly that is in accord. And right now, the weekly is still not in accord. You can still make money on the daily a little bit or on the hourly, but just keep in mind that this is not the time to just invest everything that you have. It's just to watch your investments closely and maybe not invest a lot, or maybe buy a call instead of buying a bunch of stocks. So and on the weekly chart, Stochastic is at 40. So we still don't see the power on the weekly chart, and yeah, so just keep that in mind. And on the monthly chart, we have a nice bounce here, nice bounce this week on 79. So this is a support that's still valid for the monthly chart. So this is a nice bounce here. And we have Stochastic at over 70, and all of the other indicators are great. So this is telling us that monthly wise, we are still in an uptrend. Weekly wise, we are in a downtrend, and daily, we are, well, we are going sideways. So depending on your investing perspectives, like if you want to buy Tesla and keep it for years, the monthly chart is the chart that you want to look at. And this monthly chart is telling you, yes, this is good, because we bounced on 879, we have Stochastic over 70, and all the other indicators that I'm looking at are good. If you are a midterm investor and look at the weekly chart, it's not the time to do it. If you are a more short-term investor on the daily chart, this is going sideways, but it's showing signs of going up a little bit. And if you are a short-term investor, hourly investor, chances are that we are going to get a move, because we still have Stochastic at 75. So we bounced on this resistance right here, but there is a possibility that we start to move up again. So basically this is how you can integrate the different time frames in your analysis, and I do that for you every Sunday if you are a member. Right now I'm showing this to the public just once a month or so. I do it to the public to make myself known, but usually this live is only for my members. And yeah, okay, let me read a little bit of the comments. Oh yeah, oh well, thank you Hammer. You watch my videos every day, great. And you look pretty strong. Could you, well, I reserved this, so you are asking me if I can do, yes, I do this. I try to do this every Friday. So for my members, I send them a post and I ask them which stock they want me to analyze. So I do this. I did not do it last Friday because, you know, I still have some personal health issues, but this is what I do. So you need to be a member and you need to wait for Friday. Yes, so thank you, Dante. So thank you for this comment here. Peter from New York, S&P and Palantir. Yeah, well, yeah, Palantir is coming up because I always do these two, Tesla and Palantir. Tesla is actually working on an app store. Yeah, app store. Yes, that would be great if they could, if developers could develop software to work on their nice little computer. Well, but yes. Well, Alan, yes, if you hold Tesla, I don't think you can make a mistake. But if you trade Tesla, you can make more money because you can make money when it goes up and then you can short it when it goes down and so on. So I am called the daily trader because I trade Tesla, so I short it, and sometimes, I don't mind shorting it. And when I do a good job of shorting it, I can buy more Tesla shares when it's down, and I made money on the way down at the same time, so it's a win-win. But yes, you can hold Tesla and just don't forget about it, and forget about it in terms of leave your shares, leave your money there, and I think you're going to be okay. Yes, if you don't like the casino, yes, you can hold Tesla. How do I sign up to your group? Well, it's just a YouTube membership, so you click join next to the subscribe button. Tesla looks like it topped for me. Okay. Tesla looks like it topped for you. Well, maybe. Nobody knows. Nobody knows anything. There could be news tomorrow that the Fremont factory has exploded. I don't know. But so far, we are following this channel here. So the channel is working so far. We came out of it, as I mentioned, during the day a little bit here, but this channel has worked since around here in March 2020. So it's been close to 2 years. So far I don't see any indication that it could be the case, but it could be the case. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Hammer. Tesla has stopped at 1240. Maybe you're right. But if Stochastic goes over 60, and if it breaks this resistance, I might still go long. And if it does the same thing here after it breaks this resistance, I'm gonna still go long, and then we can check who was right. Okay. No, I don't mean any. I don't mean any animosity. It's just we can have different opinions, and it's fine. So let me look at Palantir. So Palantir, well, this is what it looks like. So we were going sideways a long time, and then there was this descending channel that came into play within the congestion zone. So the stock has been dropping like crazy, and we seem to have reached a bottom here. 1194 seems to be a bottom, so we touched it twice. We look like we might be going downward again. On the daily chart, Stochastic is still not very strong, so this move here was a false move because Stochastic was not there. Maybe it's gonna happen again in a couple of days when we break this resistance right here and then try to break this resistance right here. Then if Stochastic is strong enough, maybe this is going to mean that we are going to reach the next resistance at 782. So to me, I will look at buying once we go above 1442 if Stochastic is good. And if we go below 1194, then I don't know if I'm gonna short the stock because the bottom of that stock is here. So when it IPO'd, the bottom, let me give you the number of that bottom. So the bottom was 904 or 9. So that's the bottom here. So yes, maybe shorting from 11 to 9 is a good idea, because we could break 1194 and just rest on 1103. So that's possible. So this would be a bear trap. But if we go below 11, then okay, 9 is in the realm of possibilities. So Palantir has not given us much indication that it wants to turn around. Yes, we have a little bit of an indication that it might be trying to stop going down because of the support at 1194. Stochastic is still super low. We have MACD that is crossing over bullish. So when the blue line goes over the orange line, that's a crossover bullish. But these crossover bullish are not, all by themselves. This indicator is not always a buy signal. You need to have other signals to confirm it. But at least it's there. At least we have that confirmation. So it's better than having nothing. So that's maybe the first sign that eventually things are going to turn around. Of course, if Palantir has a great earnings call, then that might change things. But when I do technical analysis, I try to want to see things happen in the stock, because like it happened with Tesla, they had a pretty good earnings call. But what did happen to the stock? It just dropped like crazy. Short term, but it dropped like crazy. So yeah. So what happens on the news and how the news is interpreted is important. And if you want to analyze all of the data, the inflation, and all of the news that you hear, it's very hard. And but the end result is the stock price. So I prefer to look at the stock price to have the real truth of all of the news interpreted by all of the analysts and all the people and all the institutions. The bottom line is the stock price. So this is why I concentrate on the stock price. Okay, so yeah, so only MACD for Palantir. Only MACD is showing a little bit of an indication. If we go on the weekly chart, we still have this, we have a bottom here also, so that's good news. So we have a little bit of a bottom, but everything else is still very, very bad in terms of the trend. The overall trend is super down. All of the indicators are still bearish. So the indicators need to have a significant move up to start showing a change in trend. So, but everything can change. So if we have reached the bottom here, yes, if it goes like this and at the earnings call it starts to go like this, then of course the weekly chart is going to start to show it at some point. So if you are a more longer term investor, you might want to wait for a change on the weekly chart to invest if you want to get in the stock and stay for a long time. Or you might want to wait for the monthly chart to turn around. So depending on your time horizon. So here we still have not bottomed. Well, okay, no, I won't say this. We have a little bit of a slowdown here. And we don't have enough data for our indicators to give us any indication yet. But monthly chart wise, if you want to invest on the monthly outlook perspective, I would wait for Palantir to break this. So this could mean a few months. If you really want to put your money for the long term, I would wait a few months, because each candle equals a month, and it might take 4, 5, 6 candles to break this. So it just depends on your outlook, and this is why I don't tell people when to buy and when to sell, because this is such a personal decision based on your age, when you want to retire, how much money you have, how much time you have to look at the stock market. If you can look at the stock market every hour of every day, then you can become a short-term trader and make a lot of money. And if you don't have that time, then you can still use technical analysis to give you the broad strokes of the market and use that to buy and sell. Yeah. So that's it for Palantir on the monthly chart and weekly chart and daily chart. So what I might be doing is that on so it seems like the earnings call is on February 17th. So around that time, I'll start looking at Palantir on the hourly chart, because this is a little bit more precise, and I like to be precise, and I like to get in, you know, at a great price after I have seen the stock change trend. So I might be looking at this, and there could be also an opportunity on the 1 hour chart when we break this downward resistance right here. So stochastic here is at 35. So, you know, if we would go past here and maybe cross these two resistance here, so maybe here would be a good entry point, because the stock can be just doing this. It's possible that it does just this. So once it breaks 1373, then chances are that it's continuing. So 1373 and above with a stochastic above 60 to me would look like a nice move, because the stock will have broken this, and this move right here is similar. We broke 1373. Stochastic was great, but we had this resistance right here that prevented the stock to go higher. But here we won't have that problem if we wait until the resistance is passed. So this one is passed, and these two resistances are passed, and stochastic is above 60, then the chances are better that it goes. So there you have it. Let me look at the comments a little bit before closing this. Yeah, thank you, Real Futurist. So let's look at the comments before we close this live. And I do this live every Sunday. Most of the time it's not public like it is right now. Most of the time it's for only my members, my dear members. It only costs $5 a month to be a member. How fast can you lose $5 on the stock market? How fast? Without getting anything in return. Here you are getting this great video production in my home office. Anyway, I'm just kidding a bit. So do both. Hold Tesla in the long term. Good. Let me publish your comment. So you are Castamere. Hold Tesla in the long-term account and trade Tesla. Bingo. Bingo. Can you suggest a trading scenario for Monday? Yeah, I think I just did. I think I did for Tesla and Palantir. So Tesla above 940 with a nice stochastic on the hourly chart. You can move to this resistance. Okay, let me remove this. We'll be signing up. Thank you very much. Okay, Tesla stopped. I have a feeling that Palantir will be slowly growing till financial public. Yeah, feelings are good. Let's see if it happens, and let's act on it when we see it. Let's act on it when we see it. So this is my only suggestion. We can think about, you know, we can speculate about what will happen, but and you can be right, and sometimes you can be wrong, but it's hard to be wrong when you wait for proof. And to me, proof is right here. If the stock moves here, stochastic at 60, to me this is going to be proof that you are right. No name investor. So you could do both. So it's nice to have an idea, but then you need to look if the idea comes true. Sophie, yes, I know it's very tempting. So on Friday I do my special request videos, but only my YouTube members can suggest stocks for me to watch, to analyze. So if you become a member, I'm gonna post you a little something, and then you can tell me that you want me to do, Sophie. A cup of a coffee, yeah, $5. So cheap. I should raise the price. Any thought to Tesla Elliott wave count? I don't do Elliott waves. I listen to this guy on YouTube. I don't remember his name. He has a cowboy hat. I think he's great. I don't know if he does Tesla. He sometimes does Tesla, but I don't do this Elliott wave thing. This is kind of a prediction a little bit, but yeah, I don't feel like I need to do that. How to use your TradingView chart? How to use? Well, I can ensure that my members also get my TradingView chart. So, you know, I can share this here. I can share, well, I am sharing, sorry, I think I can only get the link on the browser. Now I am on the desktop app. So basically what I want to say is that you can become a member, then you can get access to my link to get these exact lines and everything. But there's a problem with that. I am having a problem with TradingView. So some people are telling me that they cannot open my link. So I opened the support ticket with TradingView, and they tell me that they are going to get back to me within several days. So it takes a long time. So, but this is my intention. The B wave, I don't know. I don't do that. I don't do those Fibonacci things. So I cannot help you there. I'm sorry about that. So, well, thank you guys. Thank you for the thumbs up. I hope you liked it. If you want to see more of this, become a member, $5 a month every Sunday. So I'm going to wish you a great rest of your Sunday. And I publish a Tesla and Palantir video individually every single day of the week. So this is completely free. So you can subscribe to my channel to get that for free. So I'm going to wish you a great rest of the weekend, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine. Goodbye.